Come on, Billy, we're going to clap our hands. We're going to start the podcast and do it with me. We're going to clap and clap. This is really funny because the latency. Clap where I'm clapping.
It's going to make
and clap
them not line up at all.
It sounds like you're bad at this. That's what it sounds. Come on, just clap with me. That's all you have to do, sweetie.
Okay,
That's all you have to clap with me. You can't do it. No.
I'm going to do it before, so it sounds perfect.
You're actually nailing it right now. How do you know the exact amount of latency that's in the call? to me on my end, it sounds like, come on, Billy, we're gonna clap our hand. You're just like, clap. You just can't do it. You have a computer brain. Oh, you know what I didn't do?
What?
I didn't set up any of the QuickTime stuff that you can hear.
That's fine.
No, I needed to.
I don't need it.
No, I'm turning it on right now.
I don't need it.
Well, I'm not going to restart the episode. I've already clicked record.
I won't do it again.
Let me just open.
Not with that perfect timing we just had.
Time.
That was a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
People are going to know the little behind the scenes. I use QuickTime.
An endorsement.
Yeah.
An advertisement, really.
You guys should buy it.
Sponsored placement.
I don't know where you'd actually spend money on this, but you should consider purchasing it. It sounds a little something like this.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it. Honestly, I don't care if you can hear it. Check this out. Boom. Right there. It's totally silent for you. Fuck off. I'm not going to do it again. I don't care. How did I mess that up? Ah, it's off. Can you hear it now?
There it is.
Ah, there it is. Right at the end.
Right for the end.
Cool.
Right for the last part.
We only have a few more episodes to do, apart, so who cares? Who gives a fuck about how any of this sounds?
Cares? Oh
I don't
God.
want to get to questions. I'm all stanced up. I'm sitting in my chair. Perfect position, right?
Okay.
Chair lowered enough for me to cross my legs and still have the foot down flat on the ground. It's good for the posture, right? Hair in the I got my hair kind of a little bit swooped to the side so it's not in my eyes. Microphone, perfect 4 fingers away from the mouth. I'm gonna call that about.
Mine's been more away recently.
Yeah, I was gonna say you sound thin. No authority
Would you like me to
in
come
your
in?
voice.
Would you like me to come in closer?
Talk right up to the microphone. I want to hear the proximity effect. No, make a sound. No. Make a word. I'm asking for you to say a word. Oh, her eyes are rolling back. Your eyes are rolling back.
Hang on. Her eyes are rolling back and she's crawling upside down out of a well right now. Yeah.
You're crawling out of a TV right now. Just say a fucking word.
I'm saying lots of words. I'm right up to the microphone.
It's too much proximity. It's too personable.
All right. I'm further back now.
We are in podcast mode. This is all the space in between. My name is Mitch.
My name is Billy Blossom. Welcome to my show, everybody. Welcome to my show.
Okay.
It's so kind of you to come.
All right. And what's the show? Your show?
It's so kind of you, the listeners, to come. It's so kind of you, Mitchell, to come. Can we get a round of applause for Mitchell?
I don't want to.
So kind.
Well, I'm going to be the one editing
onto
it,
my
so
show. Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have
you. No
you
more
every
making
time.
work for me. So I'm drawing a line here. No more asking future Mitch to edit something.
I like acting like you're my employee.
Yeah. And
that's the dynamic I want us to have.
I am having a special guest on the show. We got the guy that mixes all the episodes. Is actually, yeah, I have my editor on the show.
My editor is on the show. The guy who makes the magic.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Makes a little thunder sound here. Yeah, he does everything.
Oh my God. Well, now you're doing it.
I know.
Yeah. Now you're making work for yourself.
This has got to go up in a few hours, too. I don't know what I'm doing.
I won't be paying you overtime.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's good. Okay. If you paid me and I'm sorry to bring this up on the show, at all, instead of me kind of dumping money into this relationship, into the travel plans, into the whole, the visa wasn't cheap. Everything.
And it won't be. It won't be going forward, so get used to it.
All right.
Baby.
This is all Space Between. My name is Mitch. This is Billy. We're both equal owners of this podcast.
Okay.
And this is an advice podcast where every week we crunch into your little tiny gherkins, your little pickles, and do our best to solve these little kosher conundrums that you send us every week in our email. Our email is
allthespaceinbetween@gmail.com.
Send us emails. We love to read them. We love to give advice, and I mean real serious advice. Some shit I should not be kind of talking about.
Yeah, I'm not qualified.
I am not qualified.
No.
But like, if you need like a different dose of your medication, come to me and I'll say, fuck it, 5 milligrams.
5 milligrams.
I don't
know. Such an obscenely small amount of anything.
I'm weaning them off. Of course I'm weaning them off. I'm giving them a better...
Just because your tolerance is 5 milligrams of child Tylenol.
Tylenol, yeah.
Which is the equivalent of a piece of dust, by the way.
It'll say, take 2. I go, what is this, Woodstock? And I'll take half of one. And I go, I'm good on that.
Half of one child one, which is a quarter of a normal one.
Yeah, and it takes the pain away.
And then give it a nice flavor. Yeah.
It does. You think we're gonna get to all 3 questions on this podcast episode?
Who knows? Well, actually, to be fair, the first one not a question, just an email. It's just an email.
Let me read it. Explain it to me.
Okay. Let me.
Okay.
Let me.
I'm letting you.
Well, don't interrupt.
Here's the floor, and it's yours.
This one is called Dope Flat Sound Merch.
Nice.
And the body just says LOL.
Nice.
And there's an image attached. We will attach the image in the YouTube here, and also on our website there will be a little click-through link to the image if you want to see it. But
clap for the channel. Boom. Now I know.
There it is. Okay. This is an image it's a screenshot of an Amazon page for some beautiful flat sound merchandise.
We got some great merch here, guys.
From
on Amazon.
Matrix T. And it is a grey sweatshirt with what I can only describe as the smallest, most pixelated.
It's also squashed.
Image. But it's also not in the square aspect ratio. The cover of your album Sleep is on it.
And it's just on a grey hoodie.
Yeah. And the product is called Matrix T Flat Sound Merch, Flat Sound Sheet, Sleep, Photo, Gift, Shirt, T-shirt, Hoodie, Crew Neck, Sweatshirt, Long Sleeve, Woman Hoodie, Gift Hoodie, Kids Hoodie.
It's what they're asking for the holidays. So I don't know why they're like, Mom, I want the Matrix T Flat Sound Merch, Flat Sound Sleep, Photo, Gift, Shirt, T-shirt, Hoodie, Crew Neck, Sweatshirt, Long Sleeve, Woman Hoodie, Gift Hoodie, Kids Hoodie. Please.
I like that nowhere in there is it a man's. Like, sorry, we know that the only people wearing flat sound merchandise are women and kids.
Children, yeah. It's a gift hoodie. Okay, it's a photo gift shirt.
It's a gag gift for men, yes.
It's a gift idea. It's a top quality. Our apparels with outstanding quality are screen printed. First of all, there's no fucking way this is screen printed. This is a DTG design, right? This is 1000. You can't screen print this. If you did, you'd be wasting money.
Okay. Yeah.
It's screen printed and designed in the USA with the newest technology and Inco is so funny. Eco-friendly and inks. Yeah. That's where I got Inco. For 100% cotton material. So they're asking, sorry, I'm going to get on some nerd shit. They're saying it's eco-friendly and it's 100% cotton. This is a direct-to-garment DTG print.
Yeah, which is not a
screen print.
Also, let's just say that is what you do for your actual flat sound merchandise. You're actually very particular, and you do this. But
I do a screen printed eco-friendly thing, but I would never do an image like this. It wouldn't. You don't do a photographic image like this unless it's a DTG. Also,
you mean you wouldn't do a tiny squashed version of just on your album cover, tiny in the middle of a hoodie?
I like how most of our problems right now are just like, no, it's false advertisement. It's not screen printed for sure. They definitely did that. It's also illegal.
It's also like they're not supposed to be selling this.
So I went on Amazon. I was like, I gotta find this shit. So I went on Amazon, and I just typed in flat sound to try and find it, and I didn't find it. But what I did find, I'm gonna take it away and put in 2 new images. Are these things? More bootleg flat sound shit.
But this is from a different thing.
Totally
right?
different thing.
Different company.
Yes.
But still, what I have to assume is some kind of scraping robot.
Yes. Definitely. It's just kind of searching around on TikTok to see what people are fucking doing.
So bad.
And there's it's this sort of this algorithmic poster. That's the only way I can describe it. Or these sort of posters that exist that they're, it's almost cool looking, but if it wasn't made by a fucking computer.
Yeah. I want so badly for someone to buy one of these in real life and tell me just how pixelated it is.
I shouldn't be doing this. I really shouldn't be doing this.
No.
If you see the hoodie, if you find these posters, if you have the money, buy it. Tell me how it looks. Like, I want to. Isn't that kind of dope? Buy bootleg Flat Sound shit right now. It's not gonna.
No, because what you're gonna see is you're hoping one person's gonna do it, but more than one person listens to this podcast, and you're gonna be encouraging multiple people to buy this terrible product, which is gonna suck.
Our listeners have to band together and all
choose
decide
one of
on
you.
Yeah, which one of you is gonna actually buy this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure someone in the Discord will, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? What was this? It's such a common word. Just kind of
forward.
Not come forward.
Come out.
No, stop. Reveal their true selves. When you kind of band together as a group and you plan something.
Organize.
Yeah, it's some a word like that. It's another word. It's so common. It's such a I can't believe I'm even forgetting it right now.
Crowdfund.
Not crowdfund. It also doesn't. Yeah, it just shows. It makes kind of my album look like a movie poster. Is that accurate?
Oh, the poster does?
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Because it's my album cover. It says the name, the year it was released, and then my track listing underneath it.
In the ugliest font. Yeah.
Flat Sound, if we could just pretend canvas, poster, bedroom decor, sports, landscape, office room decor, gift, unframed style. Size.
Unframed style. One of my favorite styles. Okay, so, yeah. All I'm saying is that it would be perhaps the perfect gift idea for men, women, teenage girl, boys, kids, birthday kid, gift for mum, dad, grandma, grandpa.
Right.
Great gift for Mother's Day, Father's Day, the 4th of July, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Right.
Notice that it doesn't say or, it says and.
Oh.
You should buy this for all of those.
All of those, yeah. I wish I could find the hoodie. The hoodie
buy it for
is
Thanksgiving
gone.
And Christmas. I want someone to find this hoodie. We can find it.
I looked pretty hard. I couldn't find it. Kind of want these posters though, but I want to spend $15 on it. And it's also one of those things where it's like clearly's never been made yet because it's on Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, you could save 20% if you buy 2 and there's 2 available. So
oh my God.
It's a good way to save 20%. But it says get it by Friday, November 5th to Tuesday, November 30th. They're giving themselves a month
to create
2
this
weeks
object.
from now.
Yeah.
2 weeks from now, it should have been here a week ago. But they still want an entire month after that.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I shouldn't be talking. I'm going so slow on my merchandise right now. I feel so bad. I peeked at my merch orders last night for the first. I've been working so hard on my albums and stuff that I'm like, oh, the merch. And I look at it and there's some orders just so late. I've just been emailing people being like, I am so sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
Please let me offer you a free vinyl.
It's fine. I'll be there soon. I'll be there soon to whip you into shape and to fill your merchandise orders.
Tell me more.
Which shape will you be whipping me into? The one of a good business.
Stop thinking about it. I'm exiting the thing now. Thank you for showing us that Flat Sound merchandise.
Extremely funny. Thank you very much.
Look it up on Amazon if you got some extra money to spare. Maybe this could be you shouldn't be supporting stuff like that, but then owning Flat Sound, bootleg Flat Sound merch is also kind of
funny.
Really funny, you know?
Hilarious, yeah. It's hilarious that it exists. Like, I consider that you have to be at a certain level of notoriety to have bootlegs made.
I'm feeling pretty good about myself after that one, actually.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of like, okay, so they did it for Sleep and they did it for If We Could Just Pretend. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling pretty good about those albums.
Good.
I don't know, maybe those albums are charting. Can I just Google if they're charting?
You can't Google if they're charting.
You can.
They're not
and
charting.
They're not. Yeah.
They
Well, they were released a decade ago. Of course. Of course they're not. An actual question, perhaps?
Let's go for an actual question. Are you reading this one? I gotta be honest with you, I fucking forgot.
I'm reading it. Is it we have a start question, a heart question, and an art question?
We do.
Then
Doing the heart question.
This one is called Long Distance, lol. And it goes, I know you already did episodes about long distance relationships, but I've known this person for almost a year now, and every single mile between us is taking a year off my life, and that's 4,000 years, so I'm struggling. We call as often as we can with the time zones, and literally have only not talked to each other for probably 2 weeks total in the year we have known each other, and I just want to know how you guys managed. How can I manage as well, dog? I'm dying. It's almost every day we talk about meeting, but we have school and growing up to do, man. I just want to do that growing up with them. Thank you for reading this. I am sorry about this sob story. I love you guys. Literally, any advice is useful. I really need it. This person's name.
Okay.
We got a little lovebird.
We are what I would call experts at this point at the long distance thing.
Yes.
How long has it been that we have not seen each other?
We've not seen each other. It's a year and a half. I mean, like, that's what I keep telling people is it's been a year and a half,
Yeah.
but I've probably been saying that for a year and a half.
No, it was May 2020. It's now October 2021. So that's a year and a half, yeah.
Okay, so it's been a year and a half since we've seen each other.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I think it's harder for us currently because we saw each other a lot.
Yes.
We were always long distance, but it was always for gaps of some months, maybe 3 months at a time at the longest. And then as things progressed, and then the pandemic and the travel ban, it's been a year and a half since we've seen each other. So wait, 4,000 miles away is what they said. Every mile between us is taking off a year of my life. That's 4,000 years. Where are they? Like if
I'm
they were from
assuming
where
that
I
it's-
am,
That's about 5,500 miles.
they
So
just
I'm
live in
assuming.
the ocean. It's 1,000 miles inward.
Well, no, because it could be UK and like the East Coast.
Yeah, they're from the East Coast. We're like really
Yeah.
doxing this person. They're okay. So
Yeah.
they're on
or
the
it's
East Coast.
California and the middle of the ocean. Yeah, they're in a long distance relationship with a whale.
That's hot.
Like,
That's cool.
with a weird octopus. Yeah.
Sorry, you got me thinking about all the sea critters I could fuck.
Oh my god.
Sorry if I sound distracted. I'm thinking of a
Stop thinking about it.
gangbang.
Oh my god.
There's a lobster involved somehow.
There shouldn't be.
I know there shouldn't be. That's what makes it so wrong. It's so wrong it feels right, you know?
It doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel wrong though.
Stop talking.
They're from the East Coast.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I just
Well,
looked-
one of them is. I don't know if they're. Yeah. Oh, you just looked it up. You
Yeah.
looked up their IP address.
Yeah, I looked up their IP address comes with
Yeah.
it's actually their coordinates.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna put the coordinates right here.
The street address.
Go talk to this person. We never got rid of the other things.
Well, they're gone.
They're gone by now. I somehow just managed to whatever. That makes editing so hard for me.
Why?
Because I have to take notes on where stuff comes and goes.
Just take it away when it feels right, baby.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'd love for just to watch you edit one episode.
You can. I'll do it.
One episode while you're here in Logic
It'll
and
sound
everything.
like shit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But I won't care.
Even
so
with
it's
all
easy
the
for me.
presets I have,
It's
even with
easy for me to put out a shit episode. It's you
Right.
that will be tortured watching it.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so they're 4,000 miles away. Sorry, we're like barely got into this. It's 4,000 miles away. So it's long distance. They're across an ocean.
They're across an ocean, yeah.
Am I wrong for assuming that this person is quite young?
Yes. I mean, they say
Yes,
they
I'm
have.
wrong?
No, yes,
Okay.
they are quite young. I think. Yes, they are. You're correct. They say that they're in school.
They
Which,
didn't
if you're
say
American, I
which.
know sometimes if you're American, then school means college
We
sometimes. But
say
over
we
here, school means
specify.
school.
We're very proud of our colleges. We'll say Harvard. We'll say Yale.
Okay.
I'm assuming they're either going to Harvard or Yale.
Yeah, the way they say it makes me think that they're 18-ish, maybe.
But that means they're
Maybe.
still
But
in.
they don't
no,
specify.
But 18 would mean they're still in. That they're out of high school and in college. I think this little scamp is in high school still.
Yeah, maybe. Perhaps. I'm thinking they're young anyway.
Yeah.
Because, okay, when we first started getting together, I was, quote, in school. I was in university doing a degree. But I was an older student than everyone else. So I was like 24.
Mm-hmm.
Most other people were not 24 when they're in
Right.
school. And they are younger than that. And what we also got to assume is that these people have not met ever, I don't think.
Never.
Yeah, that's the difference mostly, is that the thing that gets us through our long distance stints. God, there's so many S's in that sentence. That was horrible to say. The thing that gets us through them is the fact that we know that we're seeing each other again after that. And we would usually make a point of, like, whenever I got back to England, we'd like book the next and arrange the next trip like pretty soon.
Right, so we knew how long it would be.
Yeah, we knew how long it would be. We had a date set in stone. We're just like, okay, we'll just make it till then. This time was a bit harder because we were obviously not legally allowed to do that for a long time.
Yeah, we always had that to kind of like fall back on. And this other time, yeah, it was mostly hard because it was the first time we couldn't do that and it was weird.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I can't imagine voluntarily doing that, which is what you're currently doing.
Yeah.
You're voluntarily just like not knowing when or if you're ever going to meet this person, basically. Like, yeah, I don't know, the way that they say, like, oh, we've got like growing up to do. I mean, like,
That's another thing that I was just like, this person's in fucking high school. I have a feeling that we're actually responding to a question for like a person who's like 15 or something. I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah, I don't know. They did not put their age.
They didn't
There's
specify.
no way to know.
And they have
There's no way to
growing
know.
up to do, and I want to grow up together.
Yeah.
You and I met each other quite young, but like just like early 20s young, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the only reason that we didn't enter a long distance relationship. We were friends online, but we didn't enter a long distance relationship and then pull the trigger to meet that person. You happen to have been traveling to America and pestered. Yeah, you pestered me in Twitter DM. I'll pull them up. I'll pull up the DMs right fucking now. You pestered me.
Right. That's fine.
You're like, I'm at the McDonald's. Are you really not meeting me? It's my last day here. You know, I'm like, fuck, dude.
Shut up. I was not at McDonald's. I was at the Irish pub, I'll have you know.
You were at the McDonald's at some of the nights, though.
I was at the McDonald's some of the
using the
nights.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that romantic convo we had when I said, I don't know, I don't know, and you get, come on,
Come on.
come on, I'm here. I'm
on.
basically here. Just let me spend the night.
Horny.
Yeah, come on. I'm from so far away, and you have so many Tumblr followers.
We had an equal amount of Tumblr followers.
I think we did at the time. Yo, huh? That's cool. That's hot.
Before someone gets accused of clout gap.
Can't.
We had
Can't do the
equal clout.
Yeah, honestly, that was a powerful fuck we had, didn't we? Oh, just in our early 20s, internet people just meeting up to just fucking make out.
Oh,
Just
God.
roll around in bed and fuck thrice.
Oh, my God. Mom, I'm so sorry if you're listening. No, I'm not.
I keep having to remind myself, this person's probably 9.
I like how the age is going down every time.
Down every single time.
Like, yeah, 18, 17, 15, 9.
They have some growing up to do and they're still in school. Mm-hmm. They're young. Get out of here.
I think you're young. Here's the thing.
But I'm gonna kind of change my advice with the assumption that they're young. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm altering my advice.
Yeah.
assuming that they're young.
Okay, yeah. So what's your advice?
You're going to be in this long distance relationship for a while. You know, you're not going to be able to see that person realistically or grow up with them unless you had, like, even when you and I met each other, it was supposed to be this like one-time thing that we both really wanted, but we were still too young even at that point. And it wasn't until 2017, and now I'm, you know, that I was 27 then, you know, or turning 27, that that we reconsidered it because now we had more time. You'd finished school. You were finishing school. I had more money. We had more freedom. You know, that's when we could really pursue it. So we entered a relationship.
We did not have the means to pursue it, even if we'd wanted to the first time, which we did want to. But it costs so much money.
So expensive.
And you have to really fucking like frame your life around it, because I couldn't have, say, had a normal job and been coming out to you for half of the year.
No.
For 3 months at a time, you know?
Right.
There's no way to hold down a normal job like that.
Even then, it never felt like enough. It never felt like I was seeing you enough. It still always felt like we had to say goodbye and we had to spend... And I, you know, because we entered the relationship pretty slowly.
Yeah.
You come down a whole bunch. We keep it casual. We're partying. We're seeing other people. Every Saturday, I'm with them and who knows, right? And that continued until about 2020.
Oh my god.
Halfway through.
No.
Hit a point.
Not true.
Pandemic stopped me, really.
Oh my
god. We framed our whole life around it, though.
Yeah.
Our entire everything around it was you coming and you going. Especially in this scenario where I wasn't traveling to you because of the old wretched, I mean, I'll call it stinky brain. But it's, it's my life-altering agoraphobia. So you were always doing the traveling and coming to me.
Yeah.
And there was so much of that lots had to happen before we entered the relationship. Would you have entered a relationship with me? Actually, we know that answer because we didn't do it. But before we had met.
Would I enter a relationship with you before we met?
Yeah.
No.
No. Would you have entered a relationship with me after we met the one time? Knowing we probably couldn't see each other in person often or at all for that entire year or anything.
Here's the thing. I would have really, really, really wanted to. But it would not have worked. So that's that. I don't think it would have been a good idea.
Right.
Because it would have just felt like unfulfilling and frustrating, I think.
For sure.
I don't know how people have strictly online relationships where they're just like, yeah, I don't know if or when I'm ever going to see them. Well, it's like, okay. I get how people have it.
Yeah.
It's not personally for me. So I feel like I can't give very good advice because my advice is like, see them as soon as you can.
Right. I was about to disagree with you and say I'm kind of standing up for the people that have strictly online relationships.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. I think that's great.
It is fine. Yeah.
I wanted something carnal. What I wanted was something what's the other word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Carnal's
I'm afraid.
Yeah. Something inherently primal. That was the word I was
visceral.
looking for. Yeah, visceral. I wanted something visceral. I wanted something primal.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to be with you, you know? And we couldn't be with each other, and we spent one sloppy little night together and then didn't for years. And even after meeting each other, we didn't pursue something until we were both able to.
Yeah.
So our advice is to maybe... I guess my advice would be traditionally what happens during a young relationship like this, online relationships, strictly online relationships, is that they're a great resource for comfort. They're a really great resource for friendship or for satisfying anything, really. That person is there, and they can last for however long they last. But typically when you're younger, they sort of fizzle out. and then you pursue something else in person and blah blah blah. And even if that happens here, even if you never meet this person, I don't think the online relationship is a bad thing.
No, I don't think it's a bad
I think it's quite a good thing, especially now the whole world is we're not I'm very team not opening up quite yet.
Yeah. No, it's very, very good to have someone who is special to you and comforting to you and can make you laugh and all of that stuff. And that's all stuff someone can do long distance, as we well know,
right.
you know. Obviously, we're long distance, but like lots and lots of our friends are long distance friendships as well. So you can get a lot of very, very rich connection and stuff out of it. I just feel like my advice for how do you manage is not applicable because, like, although we are long distance, that was not the intent of our relationship. It was like an inconvenience of our relationship.
It was always something standing in the way.
That we're constantly trying to stop.
That we didn't have. It's not we didn't have the money. It's not we didn't have the means. It's that something took it from us.
Yeah. And
you happen to have lived over there, and we did everything we could to remedy that. And I think what they're asking more is like, how do you deal with the waiting? How do you deal with everything? And this can be applicable to anybody. This could be anyone who's feeling lonely online or having a long distance relationship, and that's including platonic relationships, just friendships. How do you manage those things? It's like texting and group chats and Discord and screen sharing and watching things together. Or if you're into gaming, play the same games, play Minecraft together, do what you love, watch what you love, consume that media you love, talk to them every day, and they'll be there, and that's great. Like you said, a lot of our friendships are with people who don't live anywhere near us. And those are deep, powerful, good friendships, you know? How do you manage that? It's the same way you manage any relationship: communication and honesty and humor and watching stuff together and making time for one another and listening to each other. That'll extend this relationship as far as it'll go. But it sounds like you want something in person, and I hope that you get that eventually. But the most you can do is wait it out, and if it doesn't end up working out, it's not a bad thing.
No. It was still good for that bit of time.
Yeah, it's still useful. Even if it wasn't so primal. Carnal.
Visceral.
Yeah. Hot, steamy. It's 2014. June, if I recall
not
correctly.
A sexy year. 2014 is not a sexy year.
It wasn't. Yeah, I was doing a lot of fucking in 2014 too, which is crazy because the year is so not sexy.
The year is unfuckable.
The year is not very, but yet I was over there. I think I'm the reason the year was not very fuckable because I was doing a lot of fucking then.
So was I, to be fair.
It's a gross year. It's a nasty little year, and not in a good way.
No.
Yeah. You were just a notch on my bedpost.
Oh my god.
And a line in a song.
Oh my I just gotta fucking say the same thing.
I like how you threw your head back for that one. You have been both, to be fair.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
You have been a notch on my bedpost and a line in a song.
I've been songing an album. I've been a whole EP, baby.
Stop it.
I don't know. I haven't been in a whole EP.
You haven't been in a whole EP.
I've been most of an EP, maybe.
No.
Oh, God.
No,
oh,
God,
great. No. Okay. All right.
Even if it sounds like it's about
That's
you,
fine.
It's probably not. Yeah.
Even if I told you it was about you?
I was lying.
It was about her.
Yeah, I lie a lot. It's about, I'm not going to say her name because you're going to get me going.
Okay.
We got a third question.
We got a third question. We're going to get to it this
time. Are
we?
What's the time? Hey, wait. Okay. I don't know the time because it's in bars.
Okay.
So I'm going to guess.
All right.
It's been 35 minutes?
Very close.
What is it?
38.
That's really close.
Honestly, it might be 35 when it comes out.
Yeah, because we did some
with the trimming, it might be 35. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to cut out all like the unfunny things you say, which shaves off a good 15 per ep.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I reading this last question?
Yes, but
Did
I
you
can
read the last one?
I did. No, I read
I don't
it. I read the
fucking
last
remember
one.
anything.
I read the last one.
Do you want to read this one?
I don't care, Billy.
Okay.
No, how about let's play rock paper scissors right now.
Okay.
Fist up. We're gonna go 1, 2, and then we do it on the 3, or we go 1, 2, 3, boom.
On the 3.
On the 3, okay.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Oh,
Well, I
wait,
forgot the
wait.
latency is gonna be shit. Okay, hold on.
Alright.
Let's just go 1, 2, 3. Well, I answer your
you could-
fist. Oh, you changed it. Look, I can't. I wish people saw that. That was clearly a fist out of frame. You saw my shit. You brought up the deuces with the scissors.
Why would I change it? I don't care.
Oh, I wish people saw that. I don't often see your true colors, but
Why would I
that
lie
was a
about
great
that?
example. That was a great example of your true fucking colors. Hand out of frame, boom. You look at me, and then there's this glimmer in your eye. There's this little bit of evil in your smile, a smirk, and then I
Yeah.
saw your arm muscle flex a little bit as
Yeah.
you changed it to a fucking like.
I changed it to a scissors sign, but I also brought it up
You
so that
brought
it looked
it
like
up
I
like
was
that.
giving you the piss off sign
Exactly.
that we do over here.
Oh, mine's
two
scissors
fingers
like
up.
this, and I was like, oh fuck,
Take that.
oh shit. That's so
Okay.
crazy.
Well, I won, so I'm reading it.
Okay, go read.
This one's called Am I a Bad Artist? It goes like this. Dear Billsy and Much, I am a student who recently started listening to you since the school year started. I am 18, please don't kick me out. I did art GCSE and ended up hating the course because of the idea of getting marked against a set brief on what is, quote, good art. Now I'm not doing art anymore, thanks school. Do you think it would be good to get back into it by making bad art? Such as kinda crusty poems, weird guitar chords, and whack paintings. My mum is also an artist and she has a defined style and I really love it, but I just feel bad compared to her. No hate to her, she's the best. I'm gonna show you some of her art because she's so cool. Many thanks, this person's name. P.S. Love you both. My goal is to collect Flat Sound and Wishing's discography on vinyl.
Bleh.
Also, really enjoy your Discord, Billy, and I can't wait to open the Xenoball.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, just to get out of the way, we have another thing to put in the episode, and that's their mom's art.
I mean, we don't have to put it in.
Why? It's lovely.
It can be
Excuse
for our
you.
eyes only.
Excuse you for even implying we're not going to put their mother's art that they worked so hard on right
Right,
here
drop
in the
the mom
YouTube
art.
vid. And you go to allthespaceinbetween.com to get a link to where you can view that. Mm-hmm. But we're also taking it away right now for the channel.
Beautiful. Thank you, this person's mom.
It is lovely.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. It's gorgeous. What is this? What are these plants? It looks like almost like underwater plants, but not really.
Oh god, he's getting lost in
I'm
it.
just saying the brush strokes are emotive. Okay.
All right. So first of all, when we first read this question, you had to ask me what a GCSE was.
Right.
So for people who aren't from England, GCSE is like we don't get a high school diploma in England. I feel like I'm talking with a lisp today.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm very like
it's just
my S's are coming out
it's-
strange.
Yeah, you got a full tongue in it like that. You sound like oh, I can't complete the joke. What is his name? What is that cartoon cat's name?
I don't know.
Come on, the cartoon cat with a fucking lisp. What is his name?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, come on. Everyone's out there just shouting his name. His name is cartoon cat lisp. Okay, hold on. Pretend I said you sound Sylvester.
From Tweetybird.
Yes. Which cartoon character has a lisp? Sylvester. So
Yeah.
anyway, we can all applaud that great joke I just made with brilliant execution.
You made flawlessly. So
There
smooth.
we go. Yeah, wait, what do you... Sorry, I wanted to land it again.
Oh my god.
What do you... Hey, wait, no, just say that... Oh, I'm talking with like a lisp.
I feel like I'm talking with a lisp.
What are you,
today.
Sylvester the cat from the cartoon? I'm going to put in laughing here so that people know that I did. And then why not some applause? We did
Some
a good
applause. No,
joke.
come on. It's not that
on.
funny. It's not that
a little
good.
bit good. Okay.
No.
So this
Okay.
person hates
I wasn't
their...
finished talking.
Sorry, what were you saying?
They don't hate their mom. Let me. We don't do high school diplomas in the UK.
Right.
We do, instead what we get is we get something called a GCSE in every subject. Separate subjects, separate certificates. We don't just get one at the end. So when they said they did art GCSE, they mean they chose to study it in high school.
Okay.
And they're only 18 now, so that wasn't that long ago. But yeah, they hated it because they didn't like getting marked against a set brief on what good art was. They want to make some bad art, maybe. Do you have any thoughts on this?
My first thought is I really like this sentence here that says, my mom is also an artist and she has a defined style and I really love it, but I just feel bad compared to her. And then in parentheses it says, no hate to her, she's the best. There was no hate there to begin with.
You only said very nice things.
You only said good things. That's like my favorite part of the email. It's just like, well, my mom makes art and I'm a little bit intimidated by it because she's so good. No hate to her. It's like none given. None
She's
taken,
got a really
none
defined
given.
style that she excels at and really knows where she is and what her practice is about. No hate.
Yeah. Makes me feel like less of an artist in comparison. No hate. No hate. It's like, no, yeah, none. I detect no hate here.
Of course.
Only love and a spot of insecurity. But no hate.
No hate.
What do I think about this? I don't really understand the dilemma.
What do you mean?
Explain it to me in layman's terms.
Layman's terms?
Yeah.
They want to make what they think of as, quote, bad art, which
Crusty
is like
poems, weird guitar chords, and whack paintings.
Yeah,
But
and
in
they feel like that's
school-
not like fine art, which is like, quote,
In school,
good
they
art.
were taught to. All right.
Okay. I've got lots of opinions on this as someone who went to art school and unfortunately loved it a lot. I'm a big art nerd.
Right.
But here's okay. I'm gonna get into some shit right now.
All right. Well, I have a much shorter opinion that I can give. Can I squeeze it in here first?
Yes.
Because I don't want this to come at the end of your great advice.
Okay.
I'm a little insecure myself.
All right.
I don't want to. I'm gonna not want to say it after you give some good advice.
Okay.
My advice is that I feel I guess I can relate to this a little bit because after high school, the only thing I was excelling at my senior year was writing. It's the only thing I wanted to do was write, and everybody at that point knew because I'd already started Flat Sound at that point that I wanted to be a songwriter. I wanted to pursue songwriting. So the only thing that they were suggesting to me was to go to college for songwriting, and I told them that I would never want to do that because nothing that they teach me can be more useful than what I teach myself when it comes to being an individual. Individuality cannot be taught to somebody. And I think that's a very young opinion to have, because now I'm 30 and that's not my opinion anymore. Yes, to be an individual, that can't be taught to you, but there's a lot of technical aspects to creating art that you could maybe benefit from learning. But I didn't take that route, and I made what some would consider crusty poems. and I did okay.
Some weird guitar chords.
Some weird guitar chords, some crusty poems.
Yeah. You done any whack paintings?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You just never posted them because my shit sucked. Like, my shit was so bad. Like, it was just... It's like, what's easy? Like, modern art. Yeah. Postmodern art is very... I'll just offend Pollock over and over again, and I'll just pretend it meant something at 18, you know?
And then you did it, and you were like, oh, it's quite hard.
Yeah, it's actually kind of hard to
like
make this shit look good.
This looks terrible.
Looks awful when I do it. What were you going to say?
Okay, I was going to say, do not take this in any kind of offensive way at all. Don't take this in an offensive way. But something that that some of my tutors on my degree would say to people quite a lot was just... My tutors were not well liked by most of the students because they gave very harsh advice. I loved them, but they gave very harsh advice, and they would say to people like, don't think that you're the first person to have thought this, you know? And I feel like that's applicable here because it's like, don't think that you're the first person that's been like, I don't like making art to a brief. What is good art? There have been hundreds of books written on what is, quote, good art, what makes art good, who says what art is acceptable and not acceptable,
right.
you know? So instead of just kind of loosely being like, I don't want to do that, I want to make bad art, I want to like rebel against it, whatever. It's a good starting point, but that in itself is not like, most of the people who go to art school think that.
It's been rebelled against.
Yeah. Most people going to art school are doing that while they're at art school. But what you've got to do is like kind of interrogate that viewpoint a bit more and say like, why don't I want to adhere to that? What don't I like about it specifically? What draws me to wanting to make things that are maybe like messier?
Right.
Like, what do I like about that messiness? What other artists have done that before? You know, do I not like the kind of Western aesthetics? Do I not like the kind of classist elitism of the artwork? Like, there's different things to not like and to have beef with, right? You've got to, like, distill that a bit more. And then your art, no matter what it looks like or sounds like, or it can look like shit, but, like, it's got to have some meaning behind it and some direction.
I'm so surprised that you even took it there, because the thing I was going to say, I massively agree with all of this. The thing I was going to say before, when I was talking about the painting, you know, where it's like, how come this looks like shit? You know, but because I was just throwing it onto canvas and I was, and it looks like this. I was trying to emulate the idea of bad art or non-traditional art, right? Experimental, weird art. But why did it look bad? And it's because it didn't mean anything to me. I wasn't doing it in a way that, you know, if your goal is to dismantle something, is to kind of push against something. What's the word I'm looking for? To disrupt something, right?
Yeah.
You have to have a reason for doing it, and that has to be very focused.
Yeah.
And at the time when I was just throwing, you know, acrylic paints onto a canvas that I had, and it was like, oh, it's very Pollock-esque, but why does Pollock look like that and mine look like this? And it's because it didn't actually mean anything to me. What I was doing was it wasn't art, it was arts and crafts, right? It didn't have that meaning. Art has meaning. Arts and crafts is a project. Arts and crafts is something that you do to, you know, but art has to have that meaning behind it. Even, you know, it's the thing that people don't like about, you know, oh, you know, that all white canvas is sold for like $1 million, blah, blah, blah. I could have done that. And the common thing that people say about modern or postmodern art is that, you know, you could have, but you didn't.
Yeah.
They did. What made them? What made them do that?
Yeah.
Bad art is really interesting, and really good and really useful because it can be done by just about everybody. These crusty poems, these weird things, but what's your intention?
Yeah.
That's your main focus. And you're right, you could do it while in art school, and most people are. You know, their goal is to disrupt something in there. Their goal is to not listen. Their goal is to be different. Everybody wants to be different when they do art.
Yeah.
But you need focus.
Yeah.
Where are you going to be different? Because it can't just be these vague sentiments of I'm going to write these types of poems and weird types of this and weird types of that. It's a great start, and to even want to do something like that is a great sign. Where do you take it from there? And why are you taking it there?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think about just thinking, why do I want to do something is so valuable to anything that you're making. Like, there was someone on my course who was just like, okay, because I was in an art school, but I was doing a photography course, which is like, I'm a very, what people would coin fine art photographer, just because it's analog and I did printmaking and it's a bit creative or whatever. But there were other people on the course who were just doing pretty commercial stuff, or they were doing like fashion portraiture, or like, you know, it's not everyone there is like coining themselves as an artist. A lot of them are just like, I'm a photographer, I want to have a photography business.
Right.
And one of the girls on my course was like, I just want to photograph flowers. Like, it doesn't mean anything. I just want to take pretty photos of flowers. And the tutors were really pressing her, being like, but why? And she was like, because because that's what's nice to take pictures of. And they were like, but think about why do you think that?
Right.
What photos of flowers have you seen that you think are beautiful? Why do you
Right.
want to recreate that? What do you see in like
What does it mean to you?
to think that you're just creating in a vacuum is insane. Like that opinion hasn't been formed by some kind of influence or something,
Right,
you know.
right, right.
So yeah, anyone, no matter if they're kind of like, no, I want to make bad art and rebel, or if they're on the other end of the spectrum, they're like, no, I want to make it's just pretty and it has no meaning. It's like, no, there's intention behind both of those things. Like, think about what that intention is, you know? Where did it come from and what do you want to communicate? Who do you want to make it for? Like, I will throw out a quick recommendation to this person because I just went to an exhibition of this artist recently, and their name is Jean Dubuffet. Jean Dubuffet.
Which I'll know how to spell.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, because if I say John,
John,
then people think it's spelled
okay.
It's the French Jean, you know.
Yeah, you're thinking of Jean.
You think Jean de Buffet, not John du Buffet.
John the Buffet.
Yeah.
John the Buffet.
I went to a retrospective of Jean de Buffet's work, and he was a kind of surrealist, but a lot of his work, it's really, really playful. A lot of it was inspired by like graffiti of the 1940s, and it's just, a lot of it looks like a child could have made it. But yeah, it's amazing artwork. It ranges through all mediums, all different subject matters. A lot of it's quite comical, a lot of it's dark, but he also founded this movement called Art Brut, which the English word for was outsider art. And it was just the idea of these artists who weren't connected to the art world, didn't know traditional mastery of, you know, they hadn't been apprentices of painters or anything like that used to be traditional. And a lot of them were from like different kinds of institutions, like jails or hospitals and stuff like that. But yeah, he kind of founded this, and he was the first person to start collecting it and putting on exhibitions of it, being like, no, look, these people have something to say, and it's interesting because it's been removed from all this kind of regurgitated fine art stuff, you know? And he founded this back in like, I think like the early 70s, I think? Maybe earlier than that. I think earlier than that. I think he maybe founded it in like the 50s.
It's funny you should even bring that up too, because the I've been seeing a lot of stuff online these past couple years about people just discovering the concept of like outsider music. You know,
yeah, this is what I was going to move on to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Outsider music is kind of like, it's kind of picking up now, and it's getting thrown around a lot now. Like every word and term does online once everybody learns it at once. And then it'll change, and then something happens, and then I blink and the word lo-fi doesn't belong to me anymore, and everything bad happens, and it's whatever. But outsider music, you know, lots of people have takes on it now, or they want to learn about it, but we're not talking about, you know, the Daniel Johnstons or the people like that. We're talking about these other people who are just sort of, it's different. I feel like musicians today, they want to get into this weird experimental outsider music, but only because they don't have any association with the music scene that they're a part of. Not the music industry. That's, I mean, you could tell that to fuck off, but music scenes are very particular, and they're cultivated, and there are people in it that have been putting in work for a really long time. And I think a lot of people's understanding of outsider music now is like, oh yeah, I don't associate that in any way, and I am an outsider to that, so I will start making music as that, and then I'll just kind of steamroll my way through it. And that's not how it works. You have to be kind of a savant, you know. You have to be kind of a, you don't, you're part of it already by making it, almost, you know. You have to be even more removed from it than that.
Yeah, Daniel Johnston is like the ideal example of that, I think.
Of course. He was just creating to create, you know. He was just he was completely separated from it from a very, very young age. He was creating everything just to create, and that's different than a person who's trying to get into one existing music scene and doesn't want anything to do with said music scene. You don't listen to the other musicians, and you don't network in that, and even though it's been already established and you want to kind of push your way into it, that's not what outsider music is. That's not what being an outsider musician is. It gets misrepresented a whole lot, because I think that there's a lot of respect, because I don't associate with fucking anybody. They're not. I'm not friends with with a whole ton of musicians. I'm not playing shows with them. I'm not on a label. I'm not collaborating with people. You get this thing and it's from me. But I'm long shot. I'm very, very far away from being an outsider musician. Like I would have had to have invented this. I would have had to have been the, I'm proud of what me and, close friends and the people that I associate with musically did for this niche genre of lo-fi bedroom music for its era, during the Tumblr era. But we were just continuing something.
Yeah.
And then the people that are doing it after us are just, continuing it. But I have something kind of against people who enter music scenes that already exist and want nothing to do with all the other people who put in work for that music scene, Yeah. I think it's very odd. But what were you going to say about outsider music?
Oh, no. I mean, I was just going to transition into saying, like, although what I was talking about was, like, visual art. It did later branch off into outsider music, and that comes from that same... I was going to say Daniel Johnston because we watched the documentary recently.
Right.
And people were calling him outsider music in that. And that was we watched it about maybe 2 weeks after I'd gone to see this exhibition. Who,
really?
By the way, Jean Dubuffet is an old artist. He's not like a modern artist. He was born in 1901.
Jeez.
Yeah. He's old. Like
that explains the name.
He's old and French.
The old name of his, yeah.
Yeah. So all the art I was seeing was all like from the kind of 30s to the 70s ish, But Daniel Johnston is like a direct descendant from that same art brute thing that Jean Dubuffet cultivated, but didn't invent, because he just collected it from other people,
Right.
It's like these people have something really interesting to say. But I would suggest looking into different artists in the outsider art and art brute movement to be like, what's quote bad about these, what's good about them to me, like what is individual about them or different or whatever, just do not... I want to say this again in a way that is not offensive at all, but don't discount the absolutely amazing treasure trove of art that has been made by people who don't fit into that system already, because there's been many, many of them, and they're amazing, and you can learn a lot by just digging in the right places. There have been whole movements based around this, whole genres of music, and you should look into it and see what inspiration you can find there. Because I think 90% of art is having a backing for it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, wait. So you're saying they shouldn't disregard... Are you saying they shouldn't disregard outsider music, or they shouldn't disregard the music that's being made? I'm sorry, the music that's being made, the art that's being created through these already established kind of more traditional.
What I'm saying is don't think, oh, the art world is like that and I don't like it and I'm the first person to not like it.
Yes.
It's a very naive thing
that I
to
agree
think.
with. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying don't discount the fact that other people have thought that, and there's a huge treasure trove of them for you to go learn about.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, because it's hard to say this. Actually, it's quite easy to say this without offending them, to me, because we don't know them at all. But they're a stranger in an email. I've never shook their hand, and I never will.
Oh my god!
Spit on my office floor like that. No, is to no offense to this person, everybody wants to be different, and it's a very... I'm trying to say this without offending somebody. I hope it's not offensive, but it's a very entry level thought in the art world to say, fuck the established art. I'm gonna I'm gonna shake things up a bit.
Yeah.
You got to be more focused than that. And like Billy said, look into the people who have shaken it up and why. And then I wouldn't even for the people who are hearing about outsider music for the first time, don't go into music or art with the intention of being the outsider, of creating. It's almost always done accidentally, and it's almost always done out of just sheer
just drive to create
something that no one can really explain. And even that quality in myself, especially when I was younger, when I was making songs over and over and over again, I always explained it as this way that I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop. And I think that was just very inspired by wanting to be like Daniel Johnston, somebody who had already established this thing. I could have stopped at any point. It's easy to not make art. It's hard to make art.
It is,
Most of you listening don't make enough art. You're on your 4th month of not doing the thing you know you should be working on right now. It's very easy to not make art, and it's very easy to make art that's contrived and that follows a formula. There's a Cursive song that I like actually called "Art Is Hard." Very, very good.
That's a great suggestion. That's a great recommendation. Yeah,
there's a Cursive song called "Art Is Hard" from like 2003 or something. And to make this art, it's very hard to do it, but it's very easy to do it in a way that feels very contrived and predictable, and that, like, follows a specific formula. And the way to break away from that isn't this vague sentiment that you can just do something different. That's a great idea. What's different about it? And it's going to take a lot of work, but I think you should do it.
Yeah, absolutely think you should.
I think you should do it, but it takes a lot. And yeah, the thing I was going to say about Daniel Johnston and being younger and stuff, I always wanted to present myself as a person who just created and created and created, and I don't even know why I did it. And looking at it now that I'm older, of course I know why I did it. I wanted to make this my job. I wanted to do this for a living. It felt good to create when I actually nailed a song, when I actually got something and it felt cathartic. Catharsis feels good, and I was a bit addicted to that. Outsider music is a little bit different. Like, I think they don't even know why they create. I think that there's this thing there. I was inspired by outsider music, outsider artists, but I myself was not one. I knew why I was creating in my heart. It's because I wanted to be like them. It's because I wanted to do this for a living. It's because I saw a glimmer of hope, and something told me, some weird power, this thought, this beam of light always told me, you can, maybe, that was, and that's all I needed. You can maybe do this. And I go, whoa. And I tried, and I fucking did it. So a lot of the ways that I look at art now, it's very non-traditional. It's very, I'll do it like this and fuck record labels, and don't do it like this. And Spotify is actually good, which is a very polarizing opinion that not everyone's talking about anymore. I haven't heard anyone say Spotify's bad in a while. Have you heard it? It's just not trendy anymore to say.
Okay, but
right?
Now we've said it on the podcast, so it'll be trending on Twitter
Someone will
in like
say
3 days.
It,
yeah.
Someone will be like, anyone noticed that?
You've invoked it now.
All of those are very, I'd consider it non-traditional, because most other musicians are like, no, this is how I do it. And then I can talk for hours about, this thing I'll call the illusion of success, and I can and will talk about that for the longest time. I have these very set beliefs, these very non-traditional set beliefs in art that help me a lot. But even that, I don't consider it disruptive. It's just a formula that I think works for me.
Yeah. Do you think I'm right in saying that, and I mean, I'm not an expert on like art root or outsider art or outsider music at all. But do you think I'm right in saying
I'd like to interrupt you right here and say that you're always right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that you're always right.
That's a great start. Well, I'll just say it. That,
I'll always be there to support you, because I think that you're always right. And I'm there to respect and to listen to you.
Well, thank you. Okay.
We can actually just move on from it, because yeah, you're right, sweetie.
Okay, it took a bad turn.
No, I don't want to hear it.
Oh my
I don't want to hear it, because I know that you're right.
Listen.
I already know that you're right.
Listen
what were you
to
gonna say?
My point. I think that the term outsider artist should be is not one that you usually give to yourself.
Never. You can
right?
never.
It's one that the people more attached to the mainstream can look outwards and say, oh yeah, they're outside of this. You know?
Yeah. It's for
It's not
other
usually
people to
that you
determine.
usually put on yourself.
It's for other people to determine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it comes from to me it's a rare title.
Yeah. But it's it's not to say that, you know, there's a difference between taking inspiration from that and reading it off, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing an interview last year, and during the interview, I don't think he included it in the final write-up, even though he should have, because it was very flattering. But he told me, you know, throughout my career, he was like, I used to listen to you when I was in college, and I was really into the song, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I got into your stuff, and I'm getting caught up on the stuff that you've done since then. And he was like, you're just prolific, you know, you're just blah, blah, blah. And I'm very just like, oh, wow. But you can't turn around and say, by the way, everyone, I'm prolific.
Prolific.
You know, someone has to give that to you.
Right, you can't write that in your own little bio. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm Mitch. I'm 31. I make music. I'm prolific.
I'm prolific.
And I drift in and out of being vegan. It's one of the things
most insufferable man on the bio.
You can't give that to yourself.
And I'm married to him. Great.
Right. That's on you. So yeah, we went on our own little tangent there. Obviously, not all of this stuff applies to this person. You have to know your emails, they inspire us, and we talk about whatever we want to afterwards.
Yeah.
So not all of this is going to apply to this person, but just to put a bow on it, for this person who went to some art school early on, the ideas of getting marked against a set belief on what is good art, they kind of put them off to it, and now a good way to get back into it is by making bad art, kind of crusty poems, weird guitar chords, wacky paintings. Yeah, you could have done that in art school. You could have done that.
You could have if you just justified it. Yeah. Most of art school is justifying things, is showing examples of things that inspired you and showing the working behind it, you know.
I guess it depends.
Your thought processes.
Doesn't it? And we're over because we can't we can't stop talking about art. But what's the time? Yeah, we're over. So we Yeah, I'll say it. Okay, because I was like, this might start another thing. I had to run through like 4 different scenarios in my head. All I was going to say is that it depends on what type of school, what type of teaching that they were getting, and for what. You know, let's say I went to school. You know, theirs were for painting. Is that what they said? Painting, or is their mom a painter?
Their mom's a painter. They just said art GCSE.
So just art.
Yeah, it's usually drawing and painting and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one because they teach you the technical stuff pretty early. You know, early on they'll teach you, you know, the really technical stuff, and they will grade you on what's technically, you know, your technical ability to do something. In the same way that's just like if you're taking a photography course and it's more free form, it's more, you know, you present to us projects and we'll grade them, then your projects can be about anything. But if the project was to take a studio portrait and you took it all wrong with the wrong light levels and the wrong this and everything was blown out, then they're going to tell you this looks bad.
Yeah.
And you don't really have much wiggle room to say, no, this is good, when it's, you know, subjectively a bad, I guess, subjectively.
Unless I showed a bunch of examples of why I meant it to look that way and wanted it to look that way.
Yeah, because if I took like an audio engineering class and they were like, this is compression, and I go, I'm going to dismantle this, and then I just do bad compression and it just sounds blown out, and it just sounds like you can hear the noise floor a lot, and it just sounds artificial and it's bad, then they're going to mark me down for that, and I'd have to think of a hell of an excuse to change everybody's mind on what good compression is, you know? So if it's too technical, if it's too exact, then those are really just skills. Those are really just... Compression is not my self-expression,
no,
as the saying goes. Compression isn't self-expression. It's just a tool that you use in your own connection.
It's a tool in your tool belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's most of the stuff they're trying to teach you. Yeah,
So
they're
it's
just teaching you skills, really.
it's tough. We don't have enough information. We don't know what type of art you did. Blah blah blah. Should they create weird art? Yes. Should you think it's unique? No. But create the weird art anyway.
Yeah. But just, I don't know. Think about it a little bit.
It's
Look
a good
at some
starting
other art.
point.
Look at more art.
Look at more art, create more art. That's a great thing right there. Look at more art,
That's a
create
great
more art.
thing.
Oh, and one, I keep meaning to say this, but I just want to say it. This has been All the Space in Between. My name is Mitch.
My name is Billy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. This was a long episode. Congratulations if you got to the end of it and listened to all of our rambling about art. Sorry, we do go off on one occasionally.
We go kind of silly at the beginning. In a mood I like to call Silly Billy.
We go a bit silly Billy.
We go a bit Silly Billy. And then we go...
A bit Mitch the bitch.
I was waiting for you to say it because I didn't want to have to censor when I said it. I can uncensor when you... I can not censor when you say it.
Yeah. You're not allowed.
Because you've reclaimed...
Being a bitch.
Yeah. Well, because you are... Yeah, it's almost how, like, you know, you can... Because you are one. You can say it. Yeah, I can't say it.
I'm going to wring your neck. I'm going to wring your neck Bart Simpson style.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to our podcast. If you like the episode, if you want to listen to more episodes just like this very podcast, please... oh, wait, no. What am I saying? Sorry, I'm all off. If you like the episode, tell your friends about the pod. That was it. Tell your friends about the podcast. We are everywhere podcasts are found. That is Spotify and Apple Podcasts and even on YouTube or anywhere else podcasts are found. Just search All the Space in Between. But it's even more convenience for you right here. If you wanted to guide your friends or yourself to all of the episodes we've ever done, streaming at your convenience, we do have a website, and our website is
allthespaceinbetween.com. If you have an email that you want to send to us, we have an email inbox where you can do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Art questions, heart questions, fart questions, star questions. We get every kinds of questions and we love to read them, so please send us some new ones. Our email address is
allthespaceinbetween@gmail.com. Please send us emails. We're mostly picking fresh emails. We'll get much more than 3 per week, but the 3 we pick for the episode is usually from the last week.
Yes.
So we're bad on that, but we do read every single email.
We do.
We do take the time to read every single email before we even pick the question. So please send us an email, and while you're at it, why don't you buy one of those knockoff flat sound?
Oh my god.
Buy one of those bootleg flat sound stuff on Amazon.
Don't do that.
But I just want to see them. I want to see a pic of that poster on your wall, and I'm like, holy shit. Bootleg flat sound stuff. Thank you guys so much for listening. New episodes every Monday.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.